Welcome back. It's the 12th of June. Still need some more compost for some of these spud buckets, but the spuds are doing very, very, very well. This one started having flowers. I've took it off because I want spuds, not flowers. As you can see, that one, it looks worse than what it really is in real life, but you can see it needs compost, and we all know the problem with the compost I had last time. So I need to try and find some others, but they're doing all right. So this needs a bit more of a clear up, but I didn't bring this Dream Diddy Dim because it's just forgot to charge the battery, I think, or I couldn't find it, one of the two. Don't know if you can see, but there are, yeah, you should be able to see it about there, little shoots coming up. This one you should be able to see a little bit easier, maybe. That one is little shoots. So yeah, over here it's hard to see. I can't even see. I don't know if anything's growing in there. I can't remember what I even planted in there. I have so much to focus on and lack of sleep and being ill, but yeah, I'll have to lift that up at some point and have a look. But the onions are doing well. The onions are doing very, very well. They were some of the last ones I planted. So yeah, pull a bit of this grass out. Get some of these weeds out. You can't even see what I'm doing. But yeah, it's not too bad. I need to get that cow plant, the old cow plant out. I've already watered, hence the watering can. But you can see that, look, these need to hurry up and get in the ground. Yes. They're not doing well. See, that's what the wind did. It fucking destroyed it. So you can actually see the beans on the surface on some of them. Stupid wind. I haven't looked into these ones yet. But yeah, I've got loads of stuff growing at home, and so they said nothing. I can't even remember what I planted in here. I really can't. I'll have to look at my old videos again because I forgot to bring in the labels. Right, well, this all needs dealing with. I do need to get the greenhouse up because I do have a plan, because the committee in their infinite wisdom, yeah, right, look at everything in here as rubbish. Well, that is leaf. Really rubbish. Yes, of course. That's how you make compost. Look, grass, cardboard, it's all rubbish. According to them. I mean, they probably look at empty bag. Well, that's not even empty. I think that was some compost that's infested. But they just look at everything as rubbish. So they clearly don't know what they're talking about. But yeah. So there's got to be a lot more work done down here. I'm going to have to come down, even though I'm ill at the moment. I'm just going to have to keep coming down. Especially with these goddamn brambles. I might even hire a petrol strimmer, man, and just... But I've got to really get to the roots of it, because they're just going to keep coming back every year. So I don't know what to do. So realistically, I'm just going to have to try and transplant somewhere about here, even though the grass is starting to cover it over again. Well, grass is definitely a weed. So I'll try and get some of them bean plants in here, and then I don't know if I'm going to have time to put the canes in. I don't even think I've got the cable ties. I was in that much of a rush to get down here. But let me show you at the back. It's not that bad, because I did cut quite a bit of this back, but as you can see, it needs a lot more TLC. As you can see, I cut back all over here. But I'm just trying to give you a before, because I'm probably going to be working more on this, to be honest. So let's go slowly so you can see. But I think it's not too bad. I need to bring the height down at the very least. But I'll just see what I've got time-wise. But, I mean, I've already worked. If you remember what it was, you couldn't even get through that path. So, you know. Still not perfect, but, you know. And I just need to get this greenhouse back up and running. And I can start basically... Because I need to start composting, but as you can see, the crates have got holes in, so I need weave membrane, right? Well, great. Problem is, it's in my shed, and until I get this greenhouse, because there's stuff that needs to go into the greenhouse, and there's even stuff in these compost bins that I've put there that are going to go directly in the greenhouse. So But yeah, so it's a nightmare. It's all a nightmare. You know, just need to get this greenhouse back up and running, then I can get back on track with everything. But anyway, I'll be right back. I'll show you whatever I got up to. Alright, peace. Alright, a little bit of after. Still a lot of work that's got to be done on here, but as you can see, I've certainly brought down the height of it. Cut loads off, put it in there. I haven't put most of it in there though. But I'm going to have to get ready to go because it's starting to get dark. So, but I've certainly brought the height down a bit. Some bits are harder than others. Cut a lot of this back. It's the thing with brambles, man. They don't take much to start growing. See, just loose. So I've cut a lot of it back. And you'll be able to see the height difference now from here. But it still needs to come down more. It does. So, but that was a lot higher. So that's at least a good foot or two, maybe even 3. But it's all cool, fuck. It's awkward to get there, as I'm sure you can imagine. I've trimmed a little bit of this back. As you can see, there's that section there. But it's difficult to get to it. So I might just have to borrow, well not borrow, but rent petrol strimmer. And I should be able to get rid of that in about half hour. So, yeah, no, it's a lot of work. But at least if I do that, it will cut my workload down. I'm going to check how much time I've got until it gets dark. But I'm going to try and transplant those bean plants, which I know you're not really supposed to. But I had to get this area prepared, even though clearly a waste of time. But yeah, so long as I can get them in, I'm not going to have time to get the bamboo sticks up. So for anyone that knows, you need something like what this guy's got, an E-frame. So I've just not got time to make that, plus I haven't got the cable ties. But it doesn't have to be that exact design. There's other things you can do. So I'm probably just going to start planting them here, if I can get them out. But I might need to soak them again. But yeah, and then after that, I think I'm just going to go home for today, because it's just getting dark, unfortunately. Oh, you ever seen in the films, I don't know if they still do it, they press pause on the time. They do what they need to do and then they press play again. I need me one of them. There's Jenny, stalking like that. But yeah, so that's kind of the general plan. So I'll have to start looking up for compost. I can get decent stuff to fill the rest of them spuds. And some sort of petrol strimmer or something just to get all of this done. Because I mean, if you, well, you've probably not seen, but how quickly the strimmer gets rid of the grass. Just imagine the equivalent with a petrol strimmer. It wouldn't be too bad. You know, just zzz, and it's all gone. Same over here as well. And then once I do that, or if I do that, I need to start digging to get to these roots and rip them out, because I can't keep going through this. And I don't know, I mean, I've said this before, but I don't know how far the roots actually go. Some people believe they go down about 6 foot. Some people believe not that far. No idea. I have done a bit of looking up, but it depends on what type of brambles you've got. So, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But there's a lot of work in progress, but I'll get there. So, not sure what I'm planting in these 2 raised beds yet. But I might even do it now. I've got the loppers. I'm going to cut this out. At least then just chuck that like I've done with the rest. Because if you notice on there, I've got rid of the old cow plants. Supposedly they come back, and they have done, but I'll just start afresh. At some point when I get all done, I need to obviously trim all this stuff done. It's just the buckets are obviously in the way. Next time I'm probably going to clear all of this, because it's just a waste having it there, you know. It's just a complete waste. I don't know what I'll plant there. I mean, I could even in theory move all of my spud buckets there, you know what I mean, why not, you know. Still got to measure up, see if the greenhouse would actually go there. but I need to put the supports on it. But all in all, I'm getting on top of it again, despite being ill. But there is no rest for the wicked, as they say. But yeah, it needs a lot of work. And the gnats are out in force again. Gotcha, you little bastards. At least I think I did. So yeah, so that's pretty much the plan. Obviously getting more compost. All of that that's infested are supposed to be able to deal with that. So as soon as I can deal with that, I can cut all this back, but it's all brambles anyway. So if I do end up borrowing or renting, if I can get my words out, renting the petrol trimmer, I can do all of that at the same time. So yeah, I mean, for now I'll probably just get the greenhouse, well not this second, but general plan, just get that back up. Then I can put all the stuff that's in there in the greenhouse, get a weed membrane and start all of these composting. Because as I showed you earlier, plenty of raw ingredients, plenty of leaves there. I mean, that's going to make good compost. Leaves are supposed to be amazing for compost. I've got obviously old plants. I've got so much good stuff. Cardboard, paper, newspaper. So as soon as I can get to my weed membrane and put it in, it'll be good. I mean, after this is stuff from the greenhouse anyway. I mean, that bag there is the cover from the greenhouse that was taken down without my consent, mind you. They're the shelves, and there's just a bit of wood that I've chucked to try and tidy it up. Just poles. So, and all of this again is just raw material. See? Apparently that would be very good for compost. So as soon as I can get it all out and get the weed membrane in, because obviously look, it's got gaps. So I can just, obviously the greenhouse stuff won't be here, so that's automatically empty for the most part. What's left, chuck it on there, put the weed membrane in and start building up the compost. And as I learn about composting, which I have done before at the old plot, but I just left it for years and I end up with compost. But apparently you can get compost as little as like 4 or 5 weeks. So they claim. I'm not sure if I believe that though. But you have to do a lot of work. But you see what I mean? It needs weed membrane. But you can see, look, there's gaps. So as soon as I get the time to get that back up, I'll be fine. And as soon as I get them brambles there down. So yeah. So thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace. Anyway, I've been Allotment Diaries. You've been amazing. And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.